Look, I cover Trump on a daily basis, but what he just did was truly Orwellian. In the aftermath of a dismal jobs report showing that Trump presided over an anemic 73,000 jobs for July, as well as a downward revision for May and June of 258,000 jobs, for a 3-month total of the worst job growth since the pandemic, Trump took to Truth Social, writing, "I was just informed that our country's job numbers are being produced by a Biden appointee, Dr. Erica McAntarfer, the Commissioner of Labor Statistics, who faked the jobs numbers before the election to try and boost Kamala's chances of victory. This is the same Bureau of Labor Statistics that overstated the jobs growth in March 2024 by approximately 818,000, and then again right before the 2024 presidential election in August and September by 112,000. These were records. No one can be that wrong. We need accurate jobs numbers. I have directed my team to fire this Biden political appointee immediately. She will be replaced with someone much more competent and qualified. Important numbers like this must be fair and accurate. They can't be manipulated for political purposes." McAntarfer said there were only 73,000 jobs added, a shock, but more importantly, that a major mistake was made by them, 258,000 jobs downward in the prior 2 months. Similar things happened the first part of the year, always to the negative. The economy is booming under Trump, despite a Fed that also plays games, this time with interest rates where they lowered them twice and substantially just before the presidential election. I assume in the hopes of getting Kamala elected. How did that work out? Jerome Too Late Powell should also be put out to pasture. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So, Trump presides over a disastrous trade war with policies that every economist admitted would shrink the economy, and when it does exactly that, Trump blames not himself, but the person responsible for counting the numbers. He is blaming math. The reality is that this is the last time we can ever trust the jobs numbers coming out of the US government. From this point moving forward, the books will be cooked to positively reflect on Donald Trump. Expect every job statistic moving forward to be some sky-high, best-case scenario reflection of dear leader. We'll go from 77,000 jobs added to 777,000 jobs added by next month. Trump doesn't want to actually help the economy. He wants to be told that he's helping the economy. This isn't about actually adding jobs for Americans, it's about giving himself credit for it, regardless of whether or not it actually happens. Beyond that, this is going to crush our ability to foster investment and business. Put simply, no one wants to invest in a country where you can't trust any of the data being surfaced by the government. We won't know what the actual state of the economy is because the autocrat in charge put his flunky in charge of cooking the books. Companies won't invest here, foreign countries won't invest here, hell, even Americans won't have a clear understanding of how to do business in an economic environment that is completely shrouded in mystery. And yet, this is the recurring theme. Donald Trump frames himself as some master businessman, all the while everything he does is bad for the economy. The guy launched a trade war that pushed every country away from the United States and into the arms of our stated adversary, China. He's leveled a brand new consumption tax on American consumers who have to pay the tariffs that we were told foreign countries like China would have to pay. He sent inflation to its highest point since February. Jobs growth is anemic. Manufacturing jobs are literally disappearing to the tune of tens of thousands. And this is the business genius we were told would usher in the golden age.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Jobs and factories will come roaring back into our country, and you see it happening already. More production at home will mean stronger competition and lower prices for consumers. This will be indeed the golden age of America.
So if you can tell me which part of the golden age is the lowest job growth since the pandemic, I'm all ears. The reality is that without anyone holding Trump accountable for the actual number of jobs added, there will be no incentive to actually add jobs or run the economy in a way that would actually spur growth. None of that will matter anymore. Trump can literally do whatever he wants, say it was the most brilliant move in the world, and throw himself a military parade on Pennsylvania Avenue. The economy will continue to contract and falter. The only difference is that we won't even know it anymore. And that's how Donald Trump wants it. All he cares about are the fawning headlines and the talking heads on TV. If you can't pay your rent, your groceries, your insurance, that is of no concern. He does not give a shit so long as he gets to throw himself a party. But this is who Trump is. He runs an entire campaign filled with fake populist promises. He promised an infrastructure law that never materialized. He promised a healthcare plan that was cheaper and more comprehensive that never materialized. A middle-class tax cut that never materialized. A jobs boom that never materialized. A manufacturing renaissance that never materialized. And now in this term, he's done the exact same thing, promising reduced costs and cheaper groceries and lower rent and justice when it comes to Epstein's victims and accountability for his criminal associates, but he's not delivering on any of those things. The only thing he's actually done, the only thing he's actually used his political capital on in both terms is to give a tax cut to himself. I don't know how much clearer I can make this. He does not give a shit about you. He never did. He just says things that people want to hear, but he never delivers. His entire presidency is a graveyard of broken promises. He didn't end the Russia-Ukraine war. He didn't lower prices on day one. He didn't bring down inflation. He didn't release the Epstein files. He didn't usher in a manufacturing renaissance. And guess what? He won't. Because those are just things he said to get your votes. And now that he's got them, he doesn't need you anymore. That's how it works with Donald Trump. It is a one-way transactional relationship. Now it's about him. Now it's about his legacy. Now it's about his tax cut. Now it's about his headlines. Tell me, if you are a true populist, is this the announcement that you actually want coming out of the White House?
I do have one other announcement from the White House and from the President. We are proud to announce that the construction of the new White House ballroom will begin. For 150 years, presidents, administrations, and White House staff have longed for a large event space on the White House complex that can hold substantially more guests than currently allowed. President Trump has expressed his commitment to solving this problem on behalf of future administrations and the American people. The White House is one of the most beautiful and historic buildings in the world, yet the White House is currently unable to host major functions, honoring world leaders in other countries without having to install a large and unsightly tent approximately 100 yards away from the main building's entrance. The White House State Ballroom will be a much-needed and exquisite addition of approximately 90,000 total square feet of innately designed and carefully crafted space with a seated capacity of 650 people, which is a significant increase from the 200-person seated capacity in the East Room of the White House.
Or how about this one?
Painted the room a nice color, beige color, and it's been really something. The only question is, will I gold leaf the corners? You could maybe tell me my cabinet could take a vote. You see the top line moldings, and the only question is, do you gold leaf it? Because you can't paint it. If you paint it, it won't look good because they've never found a paint that looks like gold. You see that in the Oval Office. They've tried for years and years. Somebody could become very wealthy, but they've never found a paint that looks like gold. So painting it is easy, but it won't look right. And the question is whether or not we should gold leaf it. Linda, do you have an opinion?
I gold leaf it.
You like it the way?
No, I gold leaf it.
You'd gold leaf it?
Yeah.
Who would gold leaf it? Could I raise you? How about, would you gold leaf it?
That's not Scott McKinley.
See? Focused on the issues that Americans truly care about, that truly matter. How much gold Trump can be surrounded by. That's what he cares about. Himself and his opulent home. And his big numbers and flashy headlines. The American people, well, we're all just an inconvenience that he can discard with a loyal servant who's willing to cook the books. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.